Hey, in today's video, we're going to discuss how to stop being dependent on others, such as your employer, so that you can eventually break away and become that successful entrepreneur that you've always desired to be. So you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're currently sitting at your desk right at this moment and you're trying to figure out how are you going to balance being an aspiring entrepreneur while also balancing the task at your job. And you're sitting there trying to figure all of this out and you're scared. You're scared to take that first leap of actually going into entrepreneurship. But here's why I believe you can do it. See, at some phase in your life, you were dependent on others and you broke away and became independent by yourself. So prime example, as a kid, you were dependent on your parents. Your parents continued to provide support for you up until maybe your college years or a little after your college years, or even if you didn't decide to go to college, maybe the first 18 years of your life, they decided to support you, right? And so during that time, you made a decision. You said, you know what? I'm no longer going to depend on my parents because there are certain stipulations there, right? Of course, you know, your parents really control your time, right? They're controlling when you can come in and out of the house. They're controlling what you buy, what you wear to a certain extent, right? So there's a level of control there. So you found yourself wanting to release yourself of that control and become independent by yourself. You may even went to a point in your life where you were dependent on social services, right? And even in social services, there is a level of dependency there where they regulate what you can do, how you can do, and when you can do it. They regulate how much money you can make. They regulate where you can live and how much housing you can obtain. They regulate what food you buy. And even in that point in your life, you made a decision to say, you know what? I no longer want to be dependent on social services because there's too much regulation and I don't want to allow them that type of control in my life. You may have been in a relationship where you were dependent on your significant other. And with that significant other, you found out that that was no longer going to work for you. So you put in boundaries and guidelines to actually elevate yourself out of that situation so that you could be dependent on yourself. You are no longer going to be dependent on them, but you're going to be putting yourself in a position where you became independent simply because you did not want to become dependent on them. But for some reason with our jobs, we live a life of becoming dependent on this job for our entire lives until we retire and or die. So one of the reasons why I believe that you can break that level of dependency from your job, because look, you did it from your parents, right? You did it from a relationship. And even if you find yourself on social services, you did it from social services. So that's why I believe in you that you can actually break this dependency from your job. Now you have to understand, one of the things I don't understand with all the regulations and rules that a job has on your life, why do we take so long to break our dependency from this job? Look, they determine when you can come in, when you can leave, when you can go on vacation. They determine even when your kids' games are going on, they determine when you can go to those games. And certain groups, depending on the texture of your hair, depending on if it's curly or actually kinky or straight, there's guidelines where you can't even bring certain aspects of your culture to your job, but you put yourself in a dependency state to actually rely on your job for the rest of your life. See, as this aspiring entrepreneur, you want a level of control over your life. You want a level of control where you want better. You want better housing. You want better money. You want better standards of life. Simply because you no longer want to depend on your job. So this is why I believe in you. I believe that you can do this. So as an aspiring entrepreneur, you're sitting at work right now. You're sitting amongst your group of employees and you know that your level of thinking is totally different from how they're thinking. You're thinking on a higher level. You're thinking on a business level. but still yet you choose to settle and sit at work amongst these group of people who are actually thinking on an employee level where you're actually on a business level. How long are you going to tolerate that? How long are you going to pain yourself and put yourself in a position where you actually punish yourself? Are you going to do it for the next 10 years, for the next 15 years, for the next 20 years? Or you're going to actually die and let your dreams go to the grave with you? I don't believe you're going to do that. I believe that you're going to take that next step. You're going to put yourself in a position. You're going to empower yourself so that you take your ideas and manifest them and actually grow your business to the next level. Maybe you haven't started yet. Even if you haven't started yet, there's time for you to still start. And if you have any questions about getting started, contact us. We can help you with establishing your business corporation. We can help you establish your business EIN. We can help you establishing your business website. We can help you with establishing your business phone number. We can help you establish these tier 1 credit lines. We can help you establish even getting registered with certain credit bureaus. Do not no longer put yourself in a position where you're punishing yourself from day to day because you have these bright ideas, but you're scared to take that leap. Look, you've already broken yourself away from dependency from all areas of your life. Again, you've broken yourself away from dependency from your parents. You've broken yourself away from dependency on certain relationships. Even if you've been on social services, you've broken yourself away from dependency away from that. But the next step for you is to break yourself away from dependency on your job so that you can actually climb to that next level. And we're here to support you. Contact the team at iManagement Solutions and we will help you get to this next level.